What do I think about James Harden going to the Nets? I'm going to talk about that. So what's going on, everybody? The other day I had posted a James Harden podcast about him pretty much disrespecting the Rockets, and then later on that day he was traded. So I kind of thought that was a little weird. He just kind of threw a fit, all of a sudden he was traded, and they said they were trying to find the right fit. So apparently, I think this is where he was wanting to be at anyway, was in Brooklyn. So I just kind of find that a little weird that he threw a fit and then all of a sudden he was traded. But at the same time, I think this was already in the works. That's my opinion. And I think he was just ready to go. And that's kind of why he was just angry and just didn't really want to perform the way that he should have been. But that's just my opinion. So when I posted that podcast, I put like a little tagline at the bottom in the beginning to where, yes, James Harden was traded, and yes, I'll talk about that kind of thing. So here I am talking about it now. So, because I didn't really get a chance to, and I kind of wanted him to play a game or two before I actually discussed it. So, he has played a game now. Well, I think D-Wade came up and kind of, took up for James Harden. It seems like that it was D-Wade. It might not have been D-Wade. But what I was reading the other day, he kind of came up and said, we all make mistakes. Yes, I agree with that, but you are at a job, and I don't think a lot of players take this serious, like as a job. Some do, some don't. Now, James Harden is one of those who really don't, in my opinion. He wants to be where he wants to be at, and that's all that there is to it. I can understand that to a certain point, but you still have a job to do no matter where you're at, right? No matter which job you have. So if it was like any normal job, like a normal job like you and I have, we would have already been pretty much let go. Just saying, right? So I'm jumping into it now. James Harden delivered 32 points and a triple-double in his first Brooklyn Nets debut. This is from USA Today. Kevin Durant. So I'm curious on how him and Kevin Durant is going to do, right, together. It's going to be kind of interesting again. But KD scored a season-high 42 points in his first game back with his former teammate. So, yeah, I kind of was thinking about that this morning. Like, how are they two going to play together again? Like, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Or are they going to clash a little bit? Probably a little bit of both, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? So, the Nets showed off their potent potential in a 122-115 victory over the Orlando Magic. I think that they have a pretty dominant team. I'm not saying James Harden's a bad player. No, I said that before on the podcast I did over the weekend or whatnot, or last week, that James Harden is a good player. He just, I don't know right now. He's just not kind of living up to the way that he should be. Like, he should be, I'm not saying a role model or a mentor. I'm just saying that he should be helping teach these younger ones who are coming up to perform better and lead this team. He needs to be a leader. I feel like James Harden could be a leader if he quits acting the way that he does. Now, I think he's a great player. He can be a good player. Harden had 14 assists and 12 rebounds to become first player in NBA history with 30-point triple-double in his debut with a new team. So that was pretty cool in my opinion. He was cleared to play earlier in the afternoon after all the players in the blockbuster trade that brought him from Houston had completed their physicals. So they completed their physicals pretty fast, I feel like. Harden also had 9 turnovers. He had no practice time with the Nets, and he sure didn't need it. So that's just coming from USA Today. Yeah, he didn't practice at all with the Nets, which is really insane. But I feel like because he already had that playtime with KD before, and even with his other new teammates, I just feel like they kind of just, here you go, let's just play the game. He's already played against the Magic before and all that. So he kind of already knows. I mean, he's not brand new. He's a veteran player. So, yeah. So, it's insane, right? So, he had a triple-double, which I was really impressed. And now my computer wants to freeze up. No, I don't want that. Okay, sorry, guys. But it was Orlando. But he had 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 14 assists. Isn't that crazy in his first debut ever? So, Durant made 5 3-pointers in his 10th game back following an 18-month layoff. So, I know y'all really don't care about KD because this wasn't about KD. But I think KD's a good player. I just think there's some things that he could have done better as well. But I think he's improved himself quite a bit in a way. So, yeah. And I feel like, going to a team like the Nets, they do have a lot of potential. But here we go now. Is this going to last with James Harden? Is he going to continue doing this, or is he going to go back to his old ways like he was in Houston? I say old ways. You guys know what I mean. So, like, is he going to go back to that point of view of him acting, oh, my team can't do it. They're not good enough. I want to be traded. Is he going to do that a couple of seasons down the road, or is he going to actually stay in Brooklyn? Is this where he's going to wind up staying at for the rest of his career? It's really hard to say. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really hard to say at this point in time. Do I think it's a good fit? Yeah, I think it seems like he's really doing well in a way for Brooklyn so far. Is he going to continue that? I hope so. It's really hard to say, you know? It's going to be really interesting, in my opinion, to see how well he's going to continue doing. I know you guys are probably wondering that too. Let me know down below. You guys never let me know. Let me know down below what you guys think about James Harden in the Nets. So I'm curious what you guys think. Is he going to be successful there? Is he going to act like a little, I don't want to say childish because, I mean, he is grown. I am a month older than he is. But, like, he's still grown, you know? He's 31 years old. So, come on now. Got to get it together. I think he'll be successful there. I think it's just going to take some time with him being there. It's really, really hard to say, to be honest. But I'm curious. I'm still curious. Are they going to win a championship? Who knows? Could be. But it's going to take time like everything else takes time. You know, you got to build this team. You got to build the program. You got to build a team around you. So, I think Brooklyn can do it. They have a lot of good players. Now that KD is back, I feel like he's in full force as long as he doesn't get hurt again. And as long as James Harden can stay out of trouble and can keep his mouth closed, I think they're going to be okay. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. See ya.